The Pacific has long been a stage for global power plays, dominated by the US Navy and China's growing might. Japan, once reserved by its pacifist constitution, is now stepping forward with a bold, new approach. On December 5, 2025, Japan's transformation is clear. It's taking a stand alongside the Philippines in the tense South China Sea. For years, Manila faced China alone over disputed islands. Now, Japan is a visible, active partner. Japanese patrol vessels, intelligence sharing, and joint military exercises with Filipino forces send a strong message. Aggression against the Philippines is a direct concern for Japan. This marks a dramatic shift from Japan's post-war pacifism to proactive engagement. Japanese and Filipino Coast Guard ships now patrol together, a powerful symbol of alliance. Japan's security is now seen as inseparable from its neighbors, especially regarding sea lane stability and international law. China's assertiveness has forced Tokyo to rethink its passive stance. Japanese leaders now believe only a proactive role can protect their interests. The partnership with the Philippines is the spearhead of this new strategy, demonstrating Japan's commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The old certainties are gone. Japan is now a key player in shaping the region's future. This is a new era for Japan and for the entire Pacific. Japan's post-World War II constitution, especially Article 9, defined it as a pacifist nation for over 70 years. Its self-defense forces focused on disaster relief and homeland defense, while the US provided security. The idea of Japan sending military aid or joining collective defense was once unthinkable. But rising threats, China's assertiveness and North Korea's missile tests sparked a strategic rethink. Public and political opinion shifted, questioning if pure pacifism could still keep Japan safe. In 2015, Japan reinterpreted its constitution to allow collective self-defense, and has since boosted its defense budget and named China as its top strategic challenge. These are not minor tweaks, but a seismic shift. Japan is now willing to use its strength to prevent conflict, not just defend itself. The era of strict pacifism is over. Japan is now a proactive force for regional stability. Its support for the Philippines is the clearest sign of this new doctrine. Japan's transformation is reshaping the security landscape of Asia. The Philippines is a strategic gateway between the Pacific and the South China Sea. Its archipelago forms the first island chain, a natural defense line vital to regional security. For Japan and the US, access to Philippine bases is essential for rapid crisis response and power projection. If the Philippines fell under a rival's sway, it would threaten Japan's southern flank and the defense of Taiwan. The Philippines is also a key ASEAN member and a champion of international law. Its stability anchors the Indo-Pacific's rules-based order. Japan's support is not charity, it's a strategic necessity. By helping the Philippines patrol its waters and resist coercion, Japan invests in its own security. A strong Philippines reduces the burden on Japan and the US, preserving the region's favorable balance. The fate of the Philippines is directly tied to the future of regional peace. For Japan, the sea is a lifeline. Almost all its energy and resources arrive by ship, passing through the South China Sea. Any disruption here would cripple Japan's economy, causing shortages and chaos. China's militarization of the area is a direct threat to Japan's survival. This vulnerability drives Japan's assertive foreign policy. Economic and national security are inseparable for Tokyo. Ensuring open sea lanes is a matter of national survival, not just principle. Supporting the Philippines helps keep these vital arteries open. Patrol vessels and shared surveillance data make the region safer for Japanese shipping. This partnership is a forward defense strategy, addressing threats before they reach Japan's shores. For Japan, South China Sea stability is a domestic issue of the highest order. Japan's support for the Philippines is concrete. Advanced patrol vessels, air surveillance radars, and joint military exercises. These tools help the Philippines monitor its vast waters and respond to threats, especially China's gray zone tactics. Japanese self-defense forces now train regularly with Filipino counterparts, building trust and interoperability. Agreements like the Reciprocal Access Agreement make joint training easier and deepen the alliance. Japan's investment in long-range missiles, like the Type 12, adds a new layer of deterrence, complicating any aggressor's plans. This modernization benefits the Philippines by raising the strategic cost for any hostile action in the region. Japan is not just talking about stability, it's investing in it, providing partners with real capabilities. The goal: a network of like-minded nations able to resist coercion and uphold a free Indo-Pacific. The new tools of the samurai are for collective defense, not conquest. The Philippines is a central beneficiary of this strategy. Together, they're building a stronger, more resilient region. From Beijing's viewpoint, Japan-Philippines security ties are seen as containment, orchestrated by the US to encircle China. China views Japan's shift as remilitarization, not regional stability. Historical mistrust lingers, with Beijing invoking Wabibobu II memories to question Tokyo's motives. China claims the South China Sea as its own, despite international rejection of its 9-dash line. Japanese and US military presence is seen as foreign interference, escalating tensions. Technology transfers and joint drills are viewed as direct threats to China's security. This creates a security dilemma. Defensive moves by Japan and the Philippines are seen as offensive by China, fueling an arms race. China calls for an Asia-centric security order, not one dominated by US-led alliances. The core disagreement: who should shape the Indo-Pacific's future, and on what terms? Japan's Indo-Pacific strategy is about more than defense. It's about shaping a free, open, and rules-based regional order. By strengthening partners like the Philippines, Japan aims to ensure respect for law, navigation rights, and peaceful dispute resolution. Economic statecraft is key. Japan invests in Southeast Asia, offering alternatives to China's Belt and Road. Projects like the Partnership for Quality Infrastructure foster prosperity and reduce vulnerability to coercion. Japan also leads in regional forums and the Quad, building consensus and cooperation on security, trade, and more. The approach is flexible, avoiding rigid blocks and promoting inclusive cooperation. The Philippines is a test case for this strategy. Security, investment, and diplomacy combined. Japan is moving beyond economics to become a full-spectrum partner. By helping the Philippines, Japan invests in the Indo-Pacific's future. The goal: a region where all nations thrive under shared rules, free from intimidation. The Japan-Philippines partnership is part of a wider web of Indo-Pacific alliances. Anchored by the US, bilateral ties are evolving into trilateral and multilateral cooperation, joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and strategic planning. This network creates resilience. If one link is threatened, others hold firm. Japan is also deepening ties with Australia, India, Vietnam, and Malaysia, building a networked security architecture. These nations share values: democracy, rule of law, freedom of the seas, and a common interest in preventing regional domination by any single power. This isn't an Asian NATO, but a collective resilience strategy for complex 21st century threats. For the Philippines, this network means it no longer faces pressure alone. Harassment in the South China Sea is now a concern for Tokyo, Washington, and beyond. Collective security raises the cost for any aggressor. The Philippines gains diplomatic, technical, and security support. This web of alliances is modern deterrence in action. An attack on one is an attack on the shared interests of many. Japan's proactive partnership with the Philippines marks a historic shift. No longer bound by post-war constraints, Japan is a leading regional power. Its commitment signals readiness to uphold international law and deter aggression. For the Philippines, this alliance is a lifeline, modernizing defense, boosting confidence, and providing strategic depth. Manila must balance security ties with Japan and the US against its economic relationship with China. The new dynamic offers Southeast Asia more options and agency, but also risks tension if not managed wisely. The region's future depends on whether this leads to stable deterrence or spiraling confrontation. The Japan-Philippines story is one of shared destiny. Security is not zero-sum. Alliances and a rules-based order are the best tools for peace and prosperity. The path ahead is complex, requiring dialogue and diplomacy. But the foundation is set for a new era, one that could shape the Indo-Pacific for generations. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is watching.